Hi students, welcome to this video lecture series for BSc Part 3. Now from this year the syllabus has been changed. Some sort of changes also taken place in the structure of that particular syllabus. In previous syllabus, the physical chemistry paper was paper number 9 in paper semester 5 and paper number 13 in semester 6. Now in this syllabus, in paper number 5, paper number 11 is physical chemistry and paper number 15 is also physical chemistry in paper number semester 6. Now from this video lecture we are going to study the topic from semester 5 paper number 11, that is solution. Now as far as chemistry is concerned, the solution plays an important role. Without having solution, we cannot deal with the reactions and other processes, and therefore solution is very important. Now all of you well familiar with the solution. What is solution? How the amount of solute in solution can be calculated? All of we well familiar with that particular things. Now what is solution? Solution is nothing but homogeneous mixture of two or more chemical components or substances. That is called as solution. Now if solution composed of two components, then it is called as binary solution. That means if solution composed of two components A and B, then it is called as binary solution. Now in binary solution, the component which is present in a larger extent, major extent, is called as solvent, and component which is present in minor extent or lesser extent, it is called as solute, and mixture of these two is called as solution. Now if solute is present in a very little amount in comparison with solvent, then it is called as dilute solution. It is called as dilute solution. If solute is present in appreciable amount in solution, then it is called as concentrated solution. Concentrated solution. Now depending upon nature of solvent and solute, solutions classified into 9 types. 9 types. Different types are there. Solution of gas in gas, solution of liquid in gas, solution of solid in gas, solution of liquid in liquid, solution of liquid in gas, solution of solid in liquid, and so on. Now in this topic we are simply dealing with solution of liquid in liquid, or in general we are concerned with solution of solid in liquid and solution of liquid in liquid. Now in order to know the amount of solute present in solution, we have the term that is called as concentration. Concentration of solution. Concentration of solution. Now, what is concentration? The concentration is nothing but what? The amount of solute per unit volume of solution or solvent is nothing but concentration. Now concentrations are expressed in different units. Normality, these units are normality, molarity, molality, mole fraction, percentage composition, composition by weight, percentage composition by volume, mole percent, and 8 part per million. Now these are the concentration units. Now these units are also classified in two categories: temperature dependent units and temperature independent units. Now let us see these units one by one. The first unit that we are going to see is normality, denoted by capital N. Now as far as these concentration units are concerned, all of we well familiar with these concentration units because we have been studying these units since 12th science, and therefore here we just take overlook of these concentration units as a part of revision. Now what is normality? Normality is nothing but number of gram equivalent of solute per dm cube of solution, per dm cube of solution, or you may call it as number of gram equivalent of solute present in 1 dm cube solution. That means how many number of gram equivalent present in 1 dm cube solution, that is normality. That number is normality. Now how to calculate the normality? That means we require the equation for calculation of normality. Now suppose y dm cube, that is y liter of solution contains x gram equivalent solute, x gram equivalent solute. Then according to definition, 1 dm cube solution contains how many number of gram equivalent? That is normality. Now if you want to solve this question mark, then this will give the answer of normality. The N is equal to 1 dm cube into x, 1 into x divided by y, that is x by y. And x can be calculated as, number of gram equivalent can be calculated as weight of substance divided by equivalent weight of substance. And therefore, this normality can be calculated as n is equal to, if we put x value here, then ws upon es into 1 upon y, and that y should be in dm cube. That y should be in dm cube. If we know weight of solute and volume of solution, then the normality of solution can be calculated, provided that equivalent weight of solute is known. Equivalent weight of solute is known. Now next concentration unit that we are going to study, that is molarity. Molarity denoted by capital M. Now it can be defined as number of moles of solute per dm cube of solution. Per dm cube of solution. Or you may define this as number of moles of solute present in 1 dm cube solution. Now again consider y dm cube solution contain x number of moles. Then according to definition, 1 dm cube contain how many number of moles? That will be molarity. And therefore here we have question mark, and that question mark will give the answer of molarity. If we solve this question mark, then we will get the answer of molarity. Then how we will solve it? Just by cross multiplication. Capital M is equal to 1 into x divided by y, that is x by y. Now number of moles of solute can be calculated as x is equal to Ws upon molar mass of solute, that is molecular weight of solute. If we put this here, if we put the value of x in this equation, we get M is equal to Ws upon Ms into 1 upon y, and that y should be in dm cube. If we know weight of solute, volume of solution, then molarity can be calculated, provided that molecular weight of solute is known. The third concentration unit that we are going to see is the molality. Molality. See the difference. Molarity, molality denoted by small m. Now it can be defined as number of moles of solute per kg of solvent, or per 1000 gram of solvent. 1000 gram of solvent. Or you may simply define this as number of moles of solute present in 1000 gram of solvent or 1 kilogram of solvent. Now see the difference between molality and molarity. Now here number of moles same. Now instead of per liter or per dm cube of solution, here per kilogram of solvent. Per kilogram of solvent. In molarity, per dm cube of solution. Instead of solvent, there was solution, and here solvent. That means we can study this by comparing these two. If one number of mole present in 1000 gram of solvent, then it is 1 molar. If two number of moles present in 1000 gram of solvent, it is 2 molar, and so on. If you want to calculate equation for that, let us consider y gram of solvent Y gram of solvent contains X number of moles. In according to definition, 1 kilogram or 1000 gram of solvent contains how many number of moles? That will be molality. And if we solve this question mark by cross multiplication, here we will get molality of solution, that is small m is equal to 1000 into x divided by y. Now x, we know what is x? Number of moles can be calculated by x is equal to what now? Ws by ms. And therefore this is the formula for calculation of molality. If we know weight of solute, weight of solvent and molecular weight of solute, then molality can be calculated. This Y should be in gram. Y should be in gram. Then we can calculate molality of solution. Now next concentration unit, that is mole fraction. Fourth unit, mole fraction, very important unit. Temperature independent unit. Molality and mole fraction, temperature independent unit, and normality and molarity temperature dependent unit. Mole fraction denoted by X. It can be defined as, it is the ratio of number of moles of particular component to the total number of moles of all the components present in solution. That means mole fraction of any particular component of solution is nothing but ratio of number of moles of that particular component to the total number of moles of all the components present in solution. Now if we suppose the solution is composed of Na moles of A component, Nb moles of B components. If suppose solution is composed of A and B components, suppose Na moles of A and Nb moles of B is present in that particular solution, then total number of moles become Na plus Nb. If you want to determine mole fraction of component A, then according to definition, number of moles of A component, ratio of number of moles of A component to the total number of moles, and mole fraction of B, number of moles of B component divided by total number of moles. Now if we add these two, the mole fraction of these two components, then you get Na upon Na plus Nb plus Nb upon Na plus Nb, and therefore it becomes 1. What it show? The mole fractions of all the components of solution is always unity, always 1. Now in case of this, if we know mole fraction of Xa, then mole fraction of another component can be calculated. How? Xb is equal to 1 minus Xa. If mole fraction of A is known, mole fraction of B can be calculated, or if mole fraction of B is known, mole fraction of A can be calculated. The mole fraction of all the components, sum of the mole fractions of all the components is always unity. Now next concentration unit that we are going to study is percentage composition by weight. Percentage composition by weight. Now it is percent of dissolved substance by weight. Percent of dissolved substance by weight. Percent. Cent means 100. per 100. Now here, if suppose the solution is composed of WA weight of A component, WB weight of B component, then total weight of solution becomes WA plus WB. Now if you want to determine percentage composition of components of solution, then the total weight of solution WA plus WB contains WA weight of A component, then 100 part contains how much? That is percentage composition by weight of A component and can be solved. Yes, now WA into 100 divided by WA plus WB. This into this divided by this in cross multiplication. That is percentage composition of A by weight, and percentage composition of B is equal to WB upon WA plus WB into 100. This is percentage composition of B. By solving this cross multiplication, we can obtain the entire thing. This is percentage composition by weight. Now percentage composition by volume. Percentage composition by volume. Now suppose the solution is made up of VA volume of A component, VB volume of B component, then total volume becomes VA plus VB. Now this total volume of solution VA plus VB contains VA volume of A component, then 100 volume, 100%, cent means 100. The 100 contains how much? And that question mark can be solved as 100 into VA, that is VA into 100 divided by VA plus VB, or percentage composition of B, VB by VA plus VB into 100. This is about the percentage composition by volume. Now, if solute is present in very little amount as compared to solvent, then the concentration of that solute is expressed in this unit, part per million. Part per million, it is called as ppm. Now million means 10 raised to 6, million 10 raised to 6. Percent per 100, and here part per million per 10 raised to 6, per 10 raised to 6. Now as similar to that, percentage composition by weight by volume, here the suppose the solution is composed of WA weight of A component, WB weight of B component, then total weight becomes WA plus WB. Now here the total weight of solution contains WA weight of A component, then 10 raised to 6 contains how many? So how much solute? And that question mark can be solved as by cross multiplication, WA into 10 raised to 6 divided by total weight, that is WA by WB, and this is ppm of A. ppm of A can be calculated by using this equation, part per million of A, and part per million of B, WB upon WA plus WB into 10 raised to 6, that is ppm of B. Here ppm of A. ppm of E, ppm of D. Now this is all about the concentration units in which the solutions are expressed. Now as far as our syllabus is concerned, we are going to deal with the solution of liquid in liquid. Solution of liquid in liquid. Solution of liquid in liquid. Now depending upon miscibility of these liquid pairs, these solutions are classified into three types: completely miscible solution, completely miscible liquid pairs; 2, partially miscible solution; and 3, the third type is immiscible liquid pairs. Now today we will stop here. In next video we will see the Raoult's law and ideal and non-ideal solution. Thank you.